Welcome to We Wine Whenever. I'm Wendy.
I'm Kelly.
And I'm Lori.
We are talking about Real Housewives of New York, Season 15, Episode number 5. Shot Mescal is the title of this one. I don't know. I didn't really like that title.
What is mezcal? Is that tequila?
So it's a type of tequila. It's made with, I don't know. Listen, it's supposed to be cleaner than tequila or like better for you. It is a type of tequila.
Okay. And they had it in Mexico and they wanted to bring it to the States.
Right. So she branded her own.
Yeah. According to Erin.
Does Lisa Barlow know this? No, I'm only kidding.
Yeah, probably not.
No. That she wanted to introduce it to the United States. But I think that's BS. I think everybody knew about mezcal way before Erin. So, whatever.
I personally didn't, but I'm not a tequila connoisseur. I like it, but I'm not a connoisseur knowing who brought what, where, when.
Yeah. So when she was talking about it, she was saying how her house manager brought it to her attention. And I was like, you have a house manager in Mexico? Okay. Very nice.
Here's the thing, and we've learned this from the housewives. When you go on vacation to Mexico and other places, and you get a house and don't stay in a hotel, there's typically a house manager there.
Yes.
Yeah. I was just thinking it was some bougie shit
through the housewives. I personally never vacationed where there's a house manager.
No, me neither.
I'm basing this all on my housewives' knowledge.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good.
Extensive.
It's very extensive. I've done the research. OC season 1.
I got
2006.
Okay, so we start out with Ubah and Sai. They're getting pedicures together. And I like those two together. I like Ubah and Sai together.
I really like Sai this season, and I'm so glad because I really didn't last season. But it just goes to show you that a housewife can have a great season and then a not so great season, and it's also somebody's perception and feelings towards them, and
It's so true. You're only as good as your last episode. It's not even season in this world, right?
Yes.
I mean, that's like an old sales analogy. You're only as good as your last sale. Show me what you got today, because it doesn't matter what you did
yesterday. You just got to bring it every day.
Yeah, which is tough. Then we see Erin's new apartment on the Upper West Side, and she's getting bags ready for her party, her Mescalune party on Cinco de Mayo. And she's worried about the party, and she's happy, actually, that Abe spoke to Jenna, I guess, to kind of break the ice. And, now she knows, and she feels like Jenna cares, which I think she always did care. I think Erin was making something out of nothing.
100%.
I did note that she was like a little bit stressed about getting the bags and everything ready for the party, and Abe did not offer at all to help.
No, there was no help.
Not offer to help. He sat on her shit. She's like, you're sitting on all of my stuff.
Exactly. Then we see Jessel and her mom are getting manicures, and Jessel lets us know that whenever her mom comes to visit, she feels like a weight is lifted off of her shoulders because she has someone who's on her side and to help her out with the kids. And I can definitely see that because I don't really see her getting a lot of support for Pavitt.
No.
I am not liking Pavitt this season. I'm really not.
I think Pavitt's like most husbands, especially when the kids are young,
Disney dad
considers it babysitting when he has the kids, like she's the primary caretaker and getting his digs in, like you sleep late, these are definitely all normal things. But when it's on national television and people are watching,
it's a different story.
Hard.
It is hard.
I don't think he's acting way differently than a lot of first-time fathers and new husbands. But it's just out there for the world to see for him, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think actually Jessel is being a class act about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think she's handling it well, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be as kind of calm about it and as considerate. I would be kind of flipping out. That's how I would handle it.
We don't know if she is when the cameras go down. They could be having very different conversations when the cameras aren't on. I agree with you, though. I think while the cameras are rolling, she is handling it well. I don't think I would.
No, I don't think I would either.
I definitely would not.
And then And then we see Ubah meets up with Racquel and Sai. And Sai brings Ubah the pigeon book, which I thought was hysterical.
That was funny.
Now,
One thing about Jessel and her mom, though, when Jessel mentioned therapy, her mom was really not on board with it.
No.
And I'm sure that's a cultural thing.
Yes.
But I felt bad for Jessel in that moment because she obviously is recognizing that there's an issue and she's trying to fix it. But
now before
And she just
that,
told her mom recently that she had fertility issues with the twins. So
right.
it's not like she doesn't, like, I get it. I really do feel bad for Jessel because I feel like she's alone.
She needs more support.
Yeah, I do. I feel like she needs more support.
so even before that episode, I mean, before that little shot with her and her mom, did you guys catch? They did film like pigeons on the ground.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I kept
Yeah.
catching
I mean,
the
it
little,
is New York.
right, but they keep putting the little pigeon things in there. And there was another thing
Yeah.
later on in the show where there was another shot that had a pigeon in it. So it's like, okay, you're working the pigeons.
The pigeons in it. It's like when we were watching Vanderpump Rules and James was by the airport.
My gosh.
How many times did we see the airplane?
Every chance they got.
Airplane.
Every chance they got, they shaded him with that airplane. It was definitely the same airplane over and over again, but
Yes.
they used it any chance they got.
So after she brings her the pigeon book, they're talking about the press that came out about Jenna and Cass, I guess, because we knew that they were engaged. I didn't really see any press about it. Did you guys?
I remember seeing something when it came out that she was engaged, but that was it. Like,
Right.
I guess their point was she didn't really come out and tell them, but she did tell them because then they flash back to the Hamptons and they're like, they were calling it a promise ring. And they were like, well, what, are you engaged? And she was like, yeah, it's an engagement ring.
Right.
So she did own up to it.
Right.
But I understand, like, there's kids involved and now she's a public person. I'm sure she was before in the fashion industry, but now, like, in the world, she's a public person.
Right.
Maybe that was the lead in for Raquel's whole story.
For sure.
So
For
Racquel starts talking about how she kept it secret with her and Mel because not her ex-husband, her ex-girlfriend, they had just a bad breakup. And, Mel was getting a lot of heat over that, she was the reason for the breakup. And I guess according to Racquel, that really wasn't the case. But I guess that's how it appeared to people who didn't. Obviously, we don't know what's going on behind, closed doors. If, you see two people together and then they're not together and you see that person with somebody else, you're going to assume that that's what it was, right?
Who was she in business with? Her ex-husband?
Yes.
Okay.
No, it was an artist. Matt and I looked her up.
He was her artist. He was an artist and that was her ex-husband, right?
Yes.
No, it was a she. It was a female. Her ex-husband is one breakup, and then she was involved with an artist who was a female after she got divorced.
I was so confused about that. Okay.
Yeah, I was confused.
Yeah, I thought it was her ex-husband she was in business with.
Yeah.
Okay, no. You guys were both, okay, no. So, yes, the ex-husband, I don't know what he did, but the ex-husband, they got divorced. Then after she got divorced from the ex-husband, she was in a relationship with somebody that she was in business with who was an artist, was a female. And they had the whole book and the whole collaboration. So, yes, that wasn't, I know, you know what, I'll be honest with you. It wasn't completely clear.
Yeah, because that story about her with the coffee book, with that,
Yes,
I thought she was talking about her ex-husband when she was saying all of that.
Because she just said X.
Okay.
She just said X. And then, like I said, Matt and I looked up her ex. We looked up her ex-husband and we're like, well, he's not an artist. And then we looked up her ex-girlfriend and the ex-girlfriend was the artist.
Got it.
So, yeah, it wasn't clear, to be honest with you.
Good thing you and Matt looked it up.
I know.
Absolutely.
I'll be honest with you. I took these notes the other day and I printed them out and I started reading them. I was like, I don't remember this. And then Matt's like, I want to finish watching New York. Can you just sit here? I was like, yeah, actually I can because I don't really remember what I just wrote about.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason. It's just fresh in my mind. So the coffee table book. So she explained how they wanted to, she didn't want Mel to get slammed. They were in business together. She had the coffee table book coming out. She was the face of it. She was the, and they had to keep it on the hush hush, which makes sense. That makes perfect sense. And then we see Brynn's apartment again in Gramercy Park, and she's on the phone with her brother. She's working on a new app. I didn't look up the new app, and she's the creator and founder. It's called Riz, right?
Yes. And I just have to say, it's too close to jizz. It's too close to jizz.
Well,
well, we know what Riz means.
Right,
It's short
Lori.
for charisma.
Yeah, it's
I
right.
know,
It's short for
I know.
charisma. You know that.
I know, but the old lady in me,
Perilously
the
close
Gen
to jizz,
X,
though. Perilously close.
Yeah, the Gen X in me is like, no. Okay, so you want some info on it?
Yeah,
Yes.
I do.
Yes.
Okay. So it is considered like an AI wingman. So it's cost $7 a week and up, and it's the 5th most downloaded app. So when you go on it,
Wow.
AI helps you with like your responses.
In the world?
That's what it said. AI helps you with like a
Wow.
chat GBT thing, like helps you with your responses. You can kind of hop on other people's conversations, interactions, which I thought was kind of weird. So I'll keep looking into it, but it was very interesting.
It's like a party line. Remember in the
weird.
80s when you
Yeah,
would call
yeah,
up
yeah,
and
but
everybody would be on a party line?
Right, but like chat GBT style. I don't know.
But with a group chat, like,
Yeah, it can
that sounds
be.
weird.
Yeah, it's just weird.
Well, I hope she does well with it.
Sure. Hope she does well with it too, because like we said, we're not really 100% sure exactly what it is she does. I mean, like, she said she's a brand manager, but
Yeah.
we don't know.
Yeah.
So then we see Jessel and Pavitt. They go out to dinner, and Jessel's letting Pavitt know that he still owes her a birthday gift.
Did you see her on Watch What Happens Live? Because he still has not gotten her a birthday present.
Yes, and he bought her deli flowers for Mother's Day. And I was, again, I'm sitting next to Matt. I was like, what are deli flowers? Like meat-shaped flowers? He's like, no, Mom, flowers from the deli. I was like,
Yeah,
oh.
like walking into 7-Eleven and buying her roses from 7-Eleven, which quite honestly, there's nothing wrong with it. It's the thought that counts.
No.
But clearly, he was in that deli getting himself a sandwich, and
Yeah.
he just grabbed some flowers on his walk out.
Yes.
Matt and I both decided we would like some prosciutto flowers. I mean, I would be into a deli flower
Oh,
if it
really?
was meat.
Little sharp provolone in the middle.
Yeah. I like it.
So listen, I mean, that's an idea for a business, a little deli flower.
Well,
Lori and I had a discussion last night. We're going to order a charcuterie board from
Cheese Witch?
Cheese Witch.
Yeah.
We're going to have it one night
She's
while
a
we're doing the
local-
pod, and we're going to tell
Little
everybody
girl.
about it.
Yeah.
So maybe she can make us some prosciutto flowers with a little
Oh,
sharp
that would be
knob in the
great.
middle.
Yes.
That would be great.
I like it. So I just wanted to
I like it too.
put it out there. This is another time where they flash back to that Carol's Buns restaurant when
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Pavitt and Jessel get to their restaurant that Jessel selected. And
Mhm.
again, when they flash back to that, there's a pigeon. The pigeon flies into the...
There was a pigeon.
And
I have
pigeon.
noticed all the pigeons.
Yes.
I mean, it is like Wendy
It's
said.
New York
It's like going to the beach
and
at
seeing
the Jersey
seagulls.
Shore and seeing seagulls. I
Right.
mean, it's going to happen.
Right. I mean, if Ubah lived at the Jersey Shore, she would be calling them seagulls instead
Yes.
of pigeons. But she's a New Yorker, so she's calling them pigeons. If
Right.
she lived in the country, she'd be calling them chickens or hens. You know,
Yep,
Yeah.
there we go. Yep.
you pick the bird that you're around.
There
Yeah.
you go. You pick the
The
bird.
pigeons carry the message.
That's right.
They ordered a lot of food at this dinner, didn't they?
They did. I mean, Pavitt's a foodie. That's his thing.
Yeah.
Like, he's a
Well,
foodie.
clearly, because he couldn't carry on a conversation without taking pictures of his plate.
Yeah.
It was like going out to dinner with Terry. You
Terry
can't
does that?
You can't take a bite without Terry taking a picture of your food first.
Interesting.
She's all about the presentation.
Yeah. So she's trying to tell him about her meeting with her IVF coach. I honestly did not even know that was a thing. I didn't know.
I wrote that down too.
I believe
I wrote that
Yeah.
down.
there are coaches for everything now. I believe.
Yeah.
I got to figure out what I could be a coach of.
Yeah. Let me know. Let me know.
I'll keep you posted what I come up with.
Okay.
I already know what
And
it
Pavitt,
is.
as usual, is not interested. What?
I already know what it is. Not killing your children.
Well, and
There
not
you
being
go.
able to say no. Yeah.
There you go.
You can't
crushing it
coach
at both
people. You
those things.
cannot coach. You cannot coach people on not being able to say no.
I'm saying I can coach you on how to never be able to say no to people.
Yes,
yes, you can.
Wendy,
I
that
don't
would
think
be
Coach
anyone
you on
wants
how to
that.
spread yourself so thin you think you're going to have a nervous breakdown.
Yeah.
Okay,
Let me coach you on that.
Yeah, no, nobody needs that. Not even you. So Pavitt is not interested in that discussion as usual. You know, he's too busy worried about his, food. And he even said, listen, I already made the decision. There's no baby, which I really thought was like, don't be so cut and dry. I mean, you're on camera. You know, you're on camera. Like you can see it in her face. She wants to have a daughter and you're going to tell her no like that.
Yeah.
And the thing is like, I was very blessed. I thought about getting pregnant and I literally got pregnant. So I feel for anyone who can't. But to know that you can actually choose the gender, she knows she can
Right.
have a daughter.
Right.
Like, to me, that's amazing. Amazing. So why, like, this is clearly something she's very passionate about. She's not letting it go. Like, just don't shut it down like you did.
Yeah, I did not like the way he shut it down. I just thought it was rude. And I honestly, like I said before, I think the way that she handled it was really classy because I would have probably thrown something at him at that table. That's just me.
Her voice sounded strange.
I think she was sick.
Okay.
Yeah.
She might
Her
have.
voice sounded very strange.
Yeah. I feel like she was sick.
Even when she's like trying to talk to him and he's like, well, let me just get a picture of those noodles. I was like,
I know.
Seriously.
Seriously.
Did you not just hear what she said? You want noodle pictures? Come on.
Yeah.
That's what I would have done. I would have taken the noodle and I would have freaking thrown it at him. You want noodle pictures?
Yep. Here's your noodle.
Take a selfie.
I do agree with him about Valentine's Day. I do think Valentine's Day is a bullshit holiday.
It is. But still, if it's important to your significant other, then make it important. It's, it's the
he was
little
just being
things.
very insensitive in the moment.
Yeah. Yeah. And then he even says, put it on the list. And then she's like, all right, so I'll make the appointment. He's like, no, I'll make the appointment. She's like, no.
That was weird.
I know. Then they're arguing over who's going to make the appointment. He's like, no, I got it. There's no way in heck he made that appointment.
There's no way. I wonder if Andy asked her. I forgot.
He didn't. He didn't
ask her about that.
And where does he think he's going to get this like discounted therapy session?
Therapist?
Like, yeah. Like, where is he going to get, like, he's worried about the price, but yet they spend all that money to send their kids to glue macaroni on a plate at preschool.
And $900 a month on Uber. Trust me, a therapist is going to be less than that. Well,
yeah.
Depends on how many times you go a month.
Right.
I do see some trouble there, but I don't want to say that because I like them together, but I do think that what they're showing is very authentic, where I think when Erin films with Abe,
Definitely.
it's very inauthentic.
100%. You're right.
Yeah. Like, I do think that Jessel and Pavitt really are going through what they're going through.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
Next, we see Racquel and Mel. They are going to a little gallery. They're walking to go to this gallery. And there's an artist there that she happens to know. I guess his name is Quill Lemons or Lemons. I don't know how to pronounce it. I thought it was interesting, to be quite honest with you. The cornrow art.
Yeah, that was interesting.
And then his art was like a family portrait, like him and his siblings. I guess, art is very subjective, What is, art to someone is not art to someone else.
Right.
In regards to that cornrow piece, I
Mhm.
don't know why the girl that she was talking to, why did she have to say that the artist was queer? I mean, what does someone's sexual orientation have to do with their art? Like, what, I was just
It
like,
really doesn't.
I just didn't understand.
Was it maybe the whole exhibition? It could have been the entire exhibition was of queer artists.
I don't think so.
Maybe that one line that she said, maybe there was a whole other conversation that surrounded that we didn't see. So to us, it sounded like that comment came out of nowhere.
Right,
that it was probably a whole conversation about it.
Right. I was thinking it was that one particular artist, the cornrow artist. I'm like, so what do you like? Okay, like, what do you got to tell me that for?
Yeah, like, what does it matter?
Does that? Yeah. What does that? Have
But
to
there
do with
could have been a
anything?
whole conversation going on surrounding that we didn't hear.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Yep.
could be. I mean, then they get food. Mel goes and gets food, and they're sitting there and they're talking, which I thought was a little odd. The food in the gallery. Did you see the food that they picked? They got wasabi peas. They got like this weird, really weird eclectic mix of food that they're sitting eating inside the gallery at like picnic tables.
Yeah.
I thought that was a little odd.
I've never been to a gallery. Have you, Laura?
Yeah, it just depends on the venue, what they have. That must have just been, you know, that's just what they had. They
Yeah,
just
like
must
this might
a
not have
little
even been
cafeteria.
at a gallery. It could have been an art exhibit at some other venue.
Yeah, you don't know.
Okay, all right. I just
Right.
I was thinking it's a gallery, and when I think of a gallery, I think of like past hors d'oeuvres and cocktails.
Right.
I don't
could
think
have been, people are having weddings at very different venues now.
Aquariums.
So an art exhibit could be anywhere.
Yeah.
That's true.
Well, what about what Racquel wore to this art exhibit thing? I mean, that big poofy coat with I mean, that was pretty. I mean, not anyone can pull that off. She could pull that off.
He can definitely pull it off. She's gorgeous.
She really
Literally.
is gorgeous.
She's absolutely gorgeous.
Stunning. She's stunning. She
Yeah.
really is. She
Yeah,
really
he
is.
can pull anything off, that one.
So they're talking, and Racquel asks Mel how she liked Jessel's birthday party, and she says, "Oh, I was talking to Abe the Babe."
Yeah,
She's
that
like,
was
"Well, what?"
cute.
It was cute. She's like, "Well, what were you talking to him about?" And she's like, "Well, he was trying to help us plan our engagement party. He's telling me like all the places we can go and how we can have it here." And I thought, well, that's pretty nice. And she's like, "Yeah, maybe this is like he missed his calling. Maybe this is what he should be doing."
He should be an event planner for lesbians.
Yes.
That was funny.
It was funny. And then they're talking about, they're going to be making the announcement about their engagement. And Mel asks Racquel if, she's invited her mom. And she's like, well, her mom hasn't been to New York in 10 years since her divorce. And then we find out that her mom was really close to her son. Like she used to babysit for him. And then once she got divorced, she really kind of like distanced herself from her and her family, not just her, but her and her grandchildren.
Yeah, I can't even imagine.
I really can't imagine that.
So she said it was once she started dating women. That's when her mother.
Yeah.
Well, right. Well, yes, exactly. So after she got divorced is when she started dating women.
Right.
And that's really what, she can't accept that.
Which is
It
sad.
just blows my mind that today, in this day and age, like that people cannot accept that about the people that they love. It's not some stranger. This is your daughter and your grandchildren.
Yeah.
Right.
So she said she hadn't seen her in 10 years.
Yeah.
She said she hasn't come to visit her in New York in 10 years.
In 10 years, right.
So hopefully she's seen her, but still, I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't
get it at all.
And she hasn't even invited her because she's afraid her mom won't come. So she's afraid of the disappointment and the rejection. And I get that. And that's sad.
And isn't having children like, listen, I know you two very well. I know your children. I know we all feel the same way. We just want our kids to be happy and healthy.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
And not
love
assholes.
Who you love.
That's it.
Right.
Don't have
And not
assholes.
assholes. That's right. Right.
Yeah.
But love who you love. And if they love you back, as long as they're not like a criminal.
Right.
You know what I mean? Somebody I have to be scared of.
Right.
No. But just love who you love. I don't care what gender or color or anything. Just be happy for crying out loud. I can't believe in 2024 everybody doesn't feel this way. Yes,
Yeah.
a functioning. Yes. Somebody who's going to bring out a better side of you.
Yeah. So then the next thing we see is the party, Erin and Abe's party, and we find out that they are majority stakeholders in the business, and this party has a lot riding on it because they have every stakeholder and advisor there, and they are over capacity by 100 people. I don't know if you guys realize that is a major thing in New York City, to be over occupancy by 100 people. You will get shut down by the fire department so quick that you won't know it hit you.
How did that looked like such a small venue. How did they even have 100 people in there to begin with?
Right.
I don't know. I don't know. I was very surprised when she said that. Like, I was very surprised.
Yeah.
Ubah shows up and she's wearing that scarf on her head. Now, where did she come from? Did she say where she came from?
She did say, and I forget.
Was she working or something? I think she was
She
maybe
was
something.
working. She said, I look like a bank teller.
That's right.
A meeting or something. Yeah, she
Yeah.
came from, I think, something
Several
work
meetings, I
related.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then she ordered a non-alcoholic drink. What else happened?
Well,
Well, they sat down and Erin told Ubah that Brynn was talking smack about her.
Yes.
and what was with all the weird picture taking? Like, what are you doing?
Oh my God.
What are you doing that for at an event that's your business event? And I don't get it.
I was doing
I
it.
don't know what you're talking about. Well, I didn't even pick that up. What were they doing?
We were doing breast
This is so
pics
funny.
down the shirt, underneath the skirt.
What the fuck was I watching? Why didn't I see this?
I didn't see it the first time I watched it either. I was too busy taking notes. But when I just watched it again, Jessel comes in with the big flower dress, right? And I at first I liked the flower dress, but then I didn't like that her boob was the center of the flower. I thought that was a little odd. And Matt's like, no, I like that. And then she's sitting next to Sai, and Sai has a disposable camera. It's not even a regular camera. And she pulls out the front of her dress and she's taking a picture. And then she's asking her if she has underwear on. And then she's on the floor taking pictures like up the dresses.
I don't know what I was watching, but
No,
I
I
did not.
missed
I
it.
must have been taking notes too or zoned out at this
I
point.
missed it too. I missed it the first time too. And I was like, what is going on?
At a
I
corporate
still
event.
don't know what was going on. I don't know what
I think they were off somewhere at that table. I do not think. I mean, I know that they were like, because then you see Brynn talking to Erin's father, flirting.
Right.
Which, have at it. May he rest in peace.
Yes.
But they were definitely off to the side. So hopefully these stockholders and important people that were there were not in the vicinity.
The venue was
weird.
so small.
That is very weird.
Yes.
So I didn't get what was going on with that. I was like, what are you? Well, you're not 20. What are you doing? This is like a business event. And you're trying to get like crotch
Right.
shots? Like, what?
It's
are
not a
you
bachelorette
doing?
party. Like, chill.
Yeah, it
for
was
sure.
weird. It was weird. And then Erin's mom comes in and, she's there even though she's going through chemo. She looked good. She had a little hat on. She looked cute. And Sai's happy that there's food at the event, of course. And then, like you said, Brynn is flirting with Erin's dad. And she walks up to him and says, hi, Daddy. I mean, she was flirting big time with him. Big time. She's keeping her distance from the table because the other ladies are there. And then
She feels guarded.
right.
Stop talking about all of them, and then you don't have to be so guarded.
Exactly.
Stop talking
Absolutely.
about all of them.
Exactly. And then Jenna walks in, and Jenna looks fabulous.
Jenna looked fit.
Yeah,
She did. I
She
love that
looked
outfit.
she did. She really did.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And she walks up to Erin and gives Erin a hug and says, no, this isn't a good hug. We're not to give me a real hug. And I love that she did that.
That was good.
that she did that. And then Jessel and Pavitt show up, and Jessel asks Erin if something smells. As soon as she sits down, she's like, what does that smell?
And she says to her, is that you? Did you
It's-
forget deodorant?
I mean, what is she, friends with Mary?
I know.
Seriously. But she kept making comments that they use natural deodorant.
I
Which,
know.
by the way, does not prevent you from smelling. It
No,
might
it
be
doesn't.
natural and you might not be having the aluminum in there, but it does not prevent you from smelling. We've
Right.
tried it.
Wedding.
It
Yeah.
doesn't work.
And then Sai's like, well, it's onions. Here, there's onions. She's like, oh, yeah, that's what I smell. It's the onions. She's like, what, I smell like onions? Like, no. So then Ubah says at Jessel's party, everyone noticed Brynn and I didn't talk because now everyone's sitting at the table. And then she gets here and she hears from Jessel and Erin that you were talking shit about me at the store, meaning Brynn. And Brynn is just like, and Erin and Jessel are looking at each other, but they're not really fessing up to what happened.
Right. Right.
And listen, Jessel says it's really not that deep. Erin's like, yeah, it wasn't that deep. And then she's like, it's fine. So she's like, all right, I'll drop it. And then Ubah picks up the water bottle and she starts drinking from the water bottle at the table. And Jessel says to her, like, we have a glass here. Like, what are you doing? And Ubah's like, I'm drinking water. She's like, I'll drink what I want to. I'm not a basic bitch like you. And Jessel's like, a basic bitch? And then it's like going back and forth. And then Jenna's explaining what a basic bitch is. And then Rebecca's putting her 2 cents in on what a basic bitch is. And then Erin's talking about like what a basic bitch. I'm like, how many conversations are we having with a basic bitch is? I mean, it's pretty
And
basic.
and that's not a nice thing to say to your friend. I mean, I love Ubah, but I feel like she's got a lot of pent up anger, and she's taking it out sometimes on the wrong people. Like, I understand you being upset with Brynn because Brynn's talking mad shit,
Right.
but Jessel's not, and Jessel's your friend. So
Well,
why are you
that's what
bringing?
she's upset about, that Jessel didn't tell her about it. And when
Come
she
on,
shows
you're
up,
gonna repeat every conversation. Like maybe Jessel's got some shit going on in her life where she's not so overly concerned with this petty bullshit.
I get what she was saying, though, because when she arrives at Jessel's party, as soon as Jessel sees her, she sits down next to her and says, "Are you and Brynn okay?" And it was like, "Yeah, we're fine." But meanwhile, Jessel has this information of the shit that Brynn was talking about her, and Ubah doesn't know what she's referring to. So this is what she's talking about when she keeps calling them.
Right. Because somebody else is bringing the message to her.
And she's not getting the message because she doesn't know what they're talking about. Jessel was there in the conversation, which she doesn't find out until she gets to this party when Erin says it, that she was talking mad shit about you. And I get why Ubah's pissed. I do. And these women, and listen, I do like Jessel, and she was a little bit harsh on her, but I think she's just annoyed already. Like, stop this pettiness. If Brynn and I have a problem, stop you talking over here and you talking over there. Just come to me and tell me what it is, and we'll work it out.
Right. But Brynn should be the one to be doing that.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
But on the other hand,
she shot the messenger there.
Yeah. On the other hand, too, I mean, that was a craft for the table. I hate to tell you, Ubah, that was not your own personal.
I actually wrote that down.
Personal craft. It was for the table, and
I
did
write that. I did write that down.
Was this the episode where Brynn says something about Nordstrom Rack with Rebecca?
Yes, it is.
You, Brynn. I shop at Nordstrom Rack. It's just fine. Now I'm going to go out of my way to look for Rebecca Minkoff stuff.
There you go.
Yeah, that was.
Why does she keep clowning on her for that? Brynn,
I don't know.
Do you have anything in any stores that people actually shop in? No.
I know.
Like, stop with the Nordstrom Rack bullshit.
Yep. She's just going hard for Rebecca. She's just going
and
hard.
That's supposed to be her friend.
I know.
Like, I'm really interested to see this reunion, to see how that's going to go down.
Yeah, I am too. So then Abe and Erin, they get up and they want to thank everybody. And Brynn's giving shade about that too. Like, how long is this going to be? Because after the anniversary party, and the guy Chris is there, her business partner, and she's talking about that's the guy that Erin slept with in high school that they were talking about in the Hamptons. Like, she didn't need to bring that up.
No.
Like, Brynn is really the root of the problem. She is the one that's stirring everything up.
Yeah.
And really, I think Ubah's point is that, like, Jessel, Erin, everyone that she's stirring it up with are not holding her accountable. They're not calling her out on it.
Right.
And that's why it keeps happening. Like, somebody else needs to be calling her out on it.
Right.
Like, I don't even know who she was saying that to. Who was she?
Probably Sai, because Sai is, I think Sai is trying to take a different approach this season because she got so much flack for how she treated Jessel last season.
Mm-hmm.
But this would be warranted. Her,
yeah.
Like you said, keeping Brynn accountable, that would be warranted right now. Last year with the Jessel thing, that wasn't really warranted. I didn't think, but
yeah.
And again, being at a corporate event, it was very inappropriate for Brynn to sit there like a 12-year-old and doing make-out faces when she's talking about Erin's business partner. Did you see that when she was doing she's just...
Yes.
What do you know?
Yes, I did. It was totally inappropriate and uncalled for. There was no need for it. There really wasn't.
But again, it goes back to her always making everything a sexual innuendo. Always.
Mm-hmm.
Always. And then you get mad when your friend is on a podcast and someone insinuates that possibly you might have a relationship with somebody
who's taking care of you.
And your friend completely said she doesn't believe it, but you're just mad that it was brought up. Like, stop. Listen, I'm not going to say it because I'll get flack for it, but stop putting it out there that you're this overly sexual person if you don't want people to think that you are an overly sexual person.
There you go.
And that's the nicest way I could put it.
Very nice.
I agree. I totally agree with you. I mean, she does put it out there.
You're literally flirting with your friend's father on national television.
In front of everyone.
Oh, and he's flirting back.
And he's flirting back. So
course
it's
he is.
not like it's something where it's, a joke. It's not a joke because he's flirting back. Whatever, Brynn.
No,
Whatever.
I don't know. I would like for Brynn to find a good therapist.
Yes.
And I would like for her to find peace in her own life, because I think that's really, she's just acting out. She's just acting out because she just doesn't have a community, and that's her way to get attention, even if it's, not the attention that she wants.
I don't think she has the emotional maturity. And that's something that can only come from work.
I will tell you, when they showed us the scenes for next week, I am very curious as to who is pregnant.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea?
No.
Either of you?
I have a feeling it's going to be somebody like so non-related.
Yeah. I think it's going to be lame.
So annoying.
It's going to be something lame.
People are not loving these. People are not loving the reboot. I didn't listen to the Brawl Bros today. I saw a clip on TikTok. I will listen to them, but they hate it. They think
I told you that.
boring as
Remember?
hell.
Yeah, I told you that they're not loving the RHONY, but they're loving OC, which blows my mind.
Yeah, but they're not getting received very well in the second season. They weren't very well received the first season, so we'll see. Did you happen to see? Are we done?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right before I hopped on, Up and Adam was on TikTok. I guess I'm not watching. What's the show Teresa's on?
Villains.
Traitors.
House of Villains.
House of Villains.
Oh, isn't it
She's
Traitors?
on House of Villains. Yeah.
House of Villains.
I think Traitors is a step above House of Villains, quite honestly. I don't watch either one of them.
Yeah, okay.
But apparently New York, Nicole Pollard calls Louis out with cheating allegations.
Yes.
And Teresa doesn't know how to react, according to Up and Adam. Mm-hmm. She doesn't know how to react. She gets very flustered.
Yeah. So
I might have to tune into that episode just to see her response.
So what happened was he sent her like 300 roses, something. So just
love bomber.
And after she received them, that's when that New York girl made that comment to her, and she said, the only reason that your husband sent you those flowers is because every one of those flowers represents every girl that he's cheated with on since you've been here. So she later admitted she did it for the show, and supposedly their Teresa are fine. Like, she just said it to get a rise out of her. And did you see Teresa got her lips? She got stuff.
Yes.
I did see that.
Yeah,
yes.
To get her lips
taken
reduced so she can do them all over again, but different. And did you
know
the
lips were getting a little out of control?
Oh yeah, crazy. Do you know about this Making It in Manhattan show from Bravo?
Yes.
You ain't know about that already? Yeah.
Yeah, but please don't make me watch it.
Just found out about it, so I was like, oh, interesting. Yeah, that's supposed
and
to come out.
Gia's going to be on it?
Yep. February or March.
I can't watch it. I can't watch that. I can't watch that girl.
No, and Meredith Marks' son.
Please don't make me watch it.
Candy Burris' daughter.
Yeah.
Listen, I love that. I love Riley Burris. I will sit through Brooks. I will not sit through Gia. I can't do it.
Did you guys see the handbag thing? Did you see the handbag?
Of course.
I did see the handbag
that was
thing.
hysterical. Hysterical.
Was like, what?
Did you see the comparison to the SNL skit?
Oh my God.
So fucking funny.
Yeah. Listen, when you've made it on SNL and you're a skit, listen.
No. The skit was out before because I asked. Because I thought, please, for the love of God, don't tell me they're making SNL skits about Teresa, because that chick's head can't get any fucking bigger.
It was out before?
Yep.
My gosh, that makes it even funnier.
Exactly.
I'm going to have to watch
Gia
it now.
was mispronouncing names of bags. She was literally mispronouncing the names.
Yeah, reading from like cue card. I was like, what are you doing? You guys
Now,
should
did she get
practice.
engaged? Did she just get engaged?
I didn't see that, but I don't follow her at
No,
all.
I don't follow
I
her
don't,
either.
only if she pops up with something else.
I don't follow her either. I don't know if you've noticed, but like in our Instagram and Facebook, there's all these like housewife things that show up in our feed, but they say follow. Like we're not following them.
Right.
Don't follow any of them because it's all fake news. Like every
Right.
time I look at those things, I'm like, this is not like I read the headline. I'm like, no, like
Right.
stop putting that stuff out there.
You know what else I've been
I don't
seeing?
like it when they do that.
I'm sorry.
I've been seeing especially on YouTube, if you type in, because a lot of times before we come on, I try and go on YouTube and watch a couple things. So you type in, Real Housewives of New Jersey, I did. And there's all these videos that are on there, but you could tell they're all AI generated.
Really?
Yeah, all AI generated. Because there's like mispronunciations of things. So somebody's just putting a little thing in the chat GBT, slapping up some pictures that roll why it's going on, and then the chat GBT is just talking because there's things that are they're not correct, and I'm like, what? And then it's this is all AI.
Well, that's
AI
interesting.
is kind of scary.
Yeah, it is kind of scary. It's not for everything. It's not for everyone. Like, can we be real? Let's just be
Right.
real.
Listen, we put ourselves on YouTube. People can take us and what we say and put together whatever they want.
Yeah, they sure
They
can.
really could.
Yeah, they can.
All right. So
Okay, I think until next
Well, now
time.
that we're ending on such
I know,
such a-
right? What
know.
happened to when we used to do inspirational quotes? That was when we had no one even watching us. Now we have people actually watching us, and we're not being
Listen.
very positive.
we have to get back to the would you rathers and ending with a nice quote. I agree. We got to go back to old school because those would you rathers were fun.
All right, we'll try them, and if people like them, we'll keep doing them.
Yeah.
But if they don't like them, we won't do them. So next episode we're going to do, it's going to be our Salt Lake City episode.
Yeah.
We'll do a couple would you rathers, and we are going to end with a positive quote because we were doing that for a while.
We were.
And then we stopped because we got lazy or we got overwhelmed because we were doing 4 episodes a week.
Yes, that's what it was.
I know. All right. Until next time, thank you for watching.
Bye.
Bye.
wait. Before we leave, I have
Laura, you got to
one.
hit end.
No, I'm not.
Wait, you got to hit. You got to hit stop.
I'm not stopping it. I'm giving the
No, you
people.
got to hit stop so we stop recording.
I know, but I want.
She's still
people a
talking.
quote.
Kelly, I know.
Sorry.
You're like, no, you got to hit stop.
I thought we were going to start talking about other stuff.
No,
Okay.
hit stop.
Not yet. All right, it's from
Sorry.
Audrey. It's too funny. It's from Audrey Hepburn. Wait, that's not a good one. Okay, how about this one?
Stop.
There's
You can
not
still
even any
hit.
liquor.
You can still hit stop.
There's no liquor involved. Okay, how about energy?
I am. I'm having tequila.
Well, there you go. Energy and persistence conquer all things. How about that?
I don't
Okay.
believe it. Really? That's the best you got? Who said
What
that?
was- Energy
Eric,
and
text me. What was it?
energy and persistence conquer all things. How about this one? You don't
No.
like that one? How about this one? Okay.
Listen.
How about this?
All right, give me a better one.
The mind is not a vessel to be filled, but a fire to be kindled.
You're killing me.
All right. Listen, I'm here for the energy thing because I'm going to tell you something right now. I was out to dinner with old coworkers Friday night, and it's from a job where I had the worst boss I've ever had in my whole life. And I've talked about him, and he made me cry at work. That's never happened to me before. He was a very bad person, and I've said some very, very nasty things about him since he's passed away. Well, I was talking shit about him Friday night, and I was being very nasty, and he is deceased. The lights flickered in the restaurant. I did not see this, but Liz and Bev swear that Bev's glass shifted over. Okay? Then we had a really bad night with one of my kids. Very bad night. So after that, I decided that first of all, I need to stop talking shit about this guy. He's deceased. Let him rest in peace.
There you
But
go.
I have to start putting better energy out into the world. And even though if somebody wrongs me, which he did, he was not a nice man. And he did make me cry at work multiple times in front of other partners. I can't do it. I just got to put positive energy out into the world.
That is true. I 100% agree with that. 100%. I
Yeah.
can get
Okay.
behind that.
How about this one? Simply with a change of mind,
I just
you
agreed
can
with
change your life. How about that one?
Again, say it again. I
No,
didn't
good.
hear it.
Simply with a change of mind, you can change your life.
Yeah, I agree
Isn't
with
that
that 100%.
Okay, good. Well,
That's
Yes,
good.
that's
I'm glad
good.
to
That's
not be
very
an
good.
absolute failure in the quote department for on the fly.
No, not
Listen,
a
you're
failure, but
never a failure.
not a failure. What I'm thinking, maybe next time we get edibles before we get to the quote section.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like we were a lot funnier when we would do that.
For always, yeah. All right, now I think I
I
should
mean,
hit
we
stop.
thought we were funny.
We were fucking hysterical when there was an edible involved. I'm
Stop.
here for it as long as it's a Saturday night and I don't have to work the next day because you both know I am putty the next day when I do that.
Yeah.
Lori has to tuck me into bed sometime.
Yes, I've had to do that.
All
yeah.
right. So until next time.
Bye.
All right, now
All right, now you can hit stop.
stop. Okay, good.